One of the reasons why we have lower back pain is a abnormality of tensions in our hip flexors, right? We have stiffness and limitations in that range of motion. Hip flexors are the muscles that go across the hip and bring the body forward and the knee up. So we're going to go through a series today of manual releases of them. We're going to use some pressure points and some acupuncture points and massage to help release those tissues. So we want the affected side to the close edge of our bench or table, whatever object we'll be working on. It could be a bed, a couch, a table, whatever it's going to be. We're going to lay ourselves back, and when we lay ourselves back, we want to find where our leg comes up and our hip bone is. The hip bone's going to come across the top this way. We want to find that forward angle of the hip bone. We're going to come just inside, so my hip bone's sticking up. We're going to come just inside that ridge, right? And we're going to find a nice little soft pocket. When we're on that pocket, we're going to give ourselves a test. If I lift my leg up, I should feel the muscles underneath it starting to move and move around. That's exactly where I want to be. I'm going to put some pressure down on there. It could be both hands, one hand, your thumb, whichever way is more comfortable for you. I'm going to try to get kind of deep in there. And we're going to lift the knee up and slide the heel on the table, the couch, or the bed. And then I'm going to come back down, keeping that pressure on that muscle as it slides underneath. And you go through 6 or 8 of these. After your 6th or 8th one, give yourself a second to relax, breathe, whew, and then come back to that point again. Find the inside of that ASIS, we call it, that's front of that hip bone. And put pressure down on the inside again. If you need to check to see where that muscle is, go ahead and find it. And we're going to bring the knee up again, just like we did. This time now we're going to go to the outside with it. And we're going to do some butterflies. Feeling that muscle track underneath. Changing our angle on occasion up here to see if we can find any achy or tender areas. Putting a little extra pressure and tension on those as we breathe into them. Making sure we can breathe through all of these stretches. If you don't breathe in a position, you don't own that position. So I want to make sure that we're moving and breathing, comfortable and relaxed, but actually looking for those tender, achy areas. Keeping pressure into them. After 6 or 8 of those butterfly flaps, we're going to turn back to neutral. Going to take a couple of deep breaths in again. Going to shimmy just slightly towards the end here. Going to lift up the other knee, and we're going to drop this leg down off the table. All right, this is going to allow you to have a nice stretch in the front of that leg. While that leg is stretched out, almost like this is a guitar string or a piano string, we're going to take our fingertips and really light little karate chops down the front of the upper part of this thigh. And I come back up. You don't have to go all the way down to the knee. We want to really pay attention to that upper third of the quad and the front of the hip and pubic area. Tapping, tapping, tapping. Spend about 30 seconds or so tapping. You're going to relax again. Now we're going to tighten the glutes up, squeezing that butt as that leg's hanging off the table, and go through another round of tapping. Keep that butt squeezed the entire time. Looking for about 30 seconds of tension time in that glute. After that, we're going to relax. You're going to bring that leg back up onto the table. Give yourself a shimmy back into place. Feel, see if the tenderness has changed. And then repeat on the other side. And you'll notice if you want to get up in between and check one side to the other, maybe do some lunges, some squats, or gently walk around for a little while, you'll feel like you have one brand new hip as compared to one not so good hip. Which means, guess what? Spend some love, spend some time, spend some energy on the other side, and make sure you have 2 awesome hips. Enjoy.